Hi, welcome back. I'm really glad that you've made it this far. It shows that you're willing to make the commitment to yourself to transform your life. I commend you. What's that ancient Chinese proverb? The longest journey begins with a single step. Well, my friends, you've taken that step. Congratulations. In this video, we'll be starting the process of how you make money using tax liens and deeds. Are you ready? I am. And I'll tell you, as I have before, making money always excites me. Now, in order to make money in any enterprise, you have to know what the rules of the game are. Part of that is knowing what situations or circumstances to avoid. One of those is worthless properties. When my wife was a real estate agent, she once got a call from a lady who had 7 pieces of property she wanted to sell. Turned out that all 7 were not worth the price of the paper the deeds were written on. Some were 4 or 6 feet wide and 800 feet long, while others were meridians in the road where a stop sign was the only amenity. Another situation to avoid is unsafe neighborhoods, the type you see in inner cities in the major metropolitan areas. What happened in Detroit would be a good example of that. There may be hidden gems there, but if that's your niche, make sure that you do your due diligence properly. And that research is another one of the pitfalls commonly made by beginning investors. Often they will do their research way too early before the auction. Another mistake I see is that they either don't do the proper research or they don't do any research at all, just like the lady I spoke of earlier. And on that topic, I advise that you not do any research on individual properties until at least 1 week before the auction. The reason is that a high percentage of the properties on the list will redeem before the auction, and your hard work will all be in vain. However, you do want to become familiar with the area to determine where the best places are to invest. Now, these may not be the classiest neighborhoods, but may well be the working class neighborhoods of the community. You also want to be aware of IRS liens, environmental issues, clouded titles, and inaccurate information. I've seen situations where I was researching a property and one of the online realty websites said that there was a house on the property. They even had pictures. But the city had recently torn down the house, and because those pictures can be up to 6 months old, I needed to be aware of that fact. Now, in order to make money, you first need to determine what your strategy is going to be. Are you going to focus on liens or deed investing? Now, my personal favorite is investing in deeds. If you're investing $10,000 or even $100,000 and you are receiving 12% interest on your money, it will still take you 6 years for your money to double. Now, don't get me wrong, that's a fabulous return in today's marketplace, but that, I assume, is not why you're here. Am I right? Next, you want to decide where you want to invest. And if you're purchasing deeds, are you comfortable owning real estate outside of driving distance from your home? I hope so, because do you remember when I told you about my first experience in Sonoma County? To participate there, I would have had to wait another 2 years before their next auction. With that experience, I learned that in order to create a successful business, I would need to establish a national strategy. So now that we know what some of the pitfalls are to avoid, and you know that you need to focus on a national strategy, well, what's next? The people that I talk to constantly say that the 2 most important things they learned or needed to learn were, where and what information do I find about the county processes for their auctions, and what and how do I research the properties that are on the auction list? Well, let's start with how to find the information about the county. The best way to begin is with the website of the county you're looking to buy tax liens or deeds in. Now, for our example, I'm using Riverside County, California. Now, from their homepage, we'll look for the Treasurer's website because I know that in California, that office handles the tax sale. We're fortunate that this county has a link to some of the information we're searching for. So by clicking on the upcoming sales and information, we're taken to another link which shows us that there are no upcoming sales. Well, at least we didn't waste too much time to find that out, but we didn't find out what their terms or conditions are either. We still don't know the rules of how to participate when their next auction does come up. Would that frustrate you? Sure would me. So you ask yourself, is there a place you can find all this information? Yep, you guessed it. American Tax Lien Services has just the key for you. Would a worksheet like this make your task easier? It contains the important information about the county, who to contact, and how their auctions work. This is the exact format that I use to record pertinent county information. So using my worksheet, I'll walk you through the information that I collect about the counties. First is provided the general contact information about the county. This includes the county name, the county seat, their address, phone number, and website. Second is the contact information for the office conducting the auction. This information has their website, email address, phone number, a contact if any, plus a link to the county auction site if it's available online. Third are the phone numbers to the departments that regulate building permits and the zoning of property. Permits and zoning are important when you acquire property because you want to make sure that you're in compliance with the local regulations for any repairs or construction that may be necessary. If there is not a phone number for the county, that may be because the county does not have a zoning or permit requirement or even departments. If not, this is usually handled by the city the property is located in and can be found under the city directory. Now the Chamber of Commerce follows. Now this is an important number because the Chamber can direct you to the nicest neighborhoods in the area and the ones to stay away from. They will tell you where the growth is, the best school districts and lowest crime rates, and what industries are predominant in the area. Would knowing the county's 10 or 20-year growth plan make a difference in where you look for property? Fourth is the Office of the County Clerk. This allows you to research all the documentation that has been filed on the property, such as liens, building permits, and the filings of the county for the auction. Next is the Office of the Assessor. From here, you can research individual properties that are presented on the auction list. You need the assessor's phone number to contact them and a web address for looking up individual properties. Next is the important demographic information about the county, such as median home prices, income, unemployment rates, vacant housing units, median rents, and county population growth. Last is the actual information about the county auction. This is the who, what, where, when, why, and how of the process. If you don't know when the auction is, how it works, and what the rules are, you cannot participate. And if you do, you're just gambling and not investing. Now this is the most valuable information on the entire worksheet. The County Info link takes you to the terms and conditions the county provides, which are their rules for the auctions. Now, some counties do not publish this information online, but provide the information along with their bidder packets. Does that seem like a great deal of information for you to research? Could that be one of your obstacles? Well, that's where my solution for you comes in. You see, I've compiled all this information for you for over 600 counties across the United States. There are links to all the important offices in the county to make it as easy as possible. Well, why 600 counties, you ask? That's the number of counties with a population of over 100,000 people. Now, that's not a magic number, but you must have an exit strategy in place before you purchase. And at this population point, you're much more likely to liquidate your property than in smaller counties. Now, that's not to say that there are not great opportunities in smaller counties. There are. But this list will be your starting point. Remember that I stated that one of the keys to success is knowing when the auctions are going to be held? Wouldn't that have sure saved us some time? We were looking up Riverside County. Well, I have a solution for you on that question also, but I'll save that information for another upcoming video. So I hope this has helped you with the understanding of the information available from the counties, and that this will allow you to take the next step and transforming your real estate investment business. In our next video, I will be covering the due diligence process. This is the process of researching individual properties to make your investments profitable. I want to thank you for taking this step in the journey of your transformation with me. Until next time, here's to your profits. I'm wishing you all the best.